Honestly, the absolute worst part about creating content today has to be the sheer, unending grind of the post-production editing process. You spend hours just scrubbing through one long recording, desperately hunting for those tiny golden snippets that might actually perform well on social media. Then comes the tedious task of manually cutting out every single pause, and tangent before repackaging that content into different vertical formats for TikTok, Shorts, and Reels. This whole cycle is incredibly slow, totally soul-sucking, and it relentlessly kills the momentum you need to stay consistent with your posting schedule. But what if I told you there's a fundamentally better way to handle this massive workload? A method that genuinely feels like you are cheating the system? This revolutionary approach is powered by a tool called Vizard. And for anyone serious about scaling their content without living inside Premiere Pro forever, this is truly the game changer you've been waiting for. So, let me quickly show you exactly why this process is so much more effective by imagining you simply drop one massive 2-hour podcast or a 40-minute live stream file into the platform. Instead of staring down an intimidating timeline, the platform instantly analyzes the entire recording to pinpoint all the most shareable, high-value segments and turn them into ready-to-post clips automatically. That seamless process is Vizard's foundational strength. True automatic viral clip editing driven entirely by intelligent artificial intelligence. The AI doesn't just chop audio. It expertly spots the exact conversational moments where viewers are most likely to stop scrolling and pay attention, selecting the optimal in and out points for maximum impact. Furthermore, it handles the tedious formatting work by generating perfectly sized aspect ratio versions specifically tailored for YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels, and TikTok trends all at once. Here I am inside the Vizard environment, where you'll notice the interface is incredibly clean, featuring a project panel, clear upload section, and an integrated content calendar, all residing in one simple workspace. The very first action you take is simply uploading your source file, which could be anything from a Zoom meeting recording to a raw voiceover track or an entire YouTube live stream archive. Vizard begins its deep analysis instantly, generating a full transcript and then immediately running a crucial pass to identify high engagement sections based on vocal pacing, emphasis, laughter, and learned viewer behavior patterns. While other popular tools like Descript focus heavily on deep transcript first editing for polishing a single piece, Vizard deliberately goes a critical layer deeper by prioritizing the final distribution strategy from the start. That core philosophical difference, thinking distribution first rather than just edit first, is precisely what makes Vizard's output so much more immediately usable for growing channels. Even with all this automation, you still retain full control, allowing you to jump into the transcript text to delete an awkward sentence or tighten a rambling tangent if necessary. More powerfully, Vizard offers simple bulk actions that dramatically free up your precious editing time, like removing all retakes and filler words across the entire recording with just one command. Similarly, you can instruct the system to automatically tighten all the small, unnecessary gaps between sentences to make the resulting clips feel significantly punchier and faster paced with a single click. Because the whole system is fundamentally oriented around efficient repurposing, Vizard will automatically generate a suite of shorter cuts from any selection you make. This means you instantly get a 60-second version for YouTube Shorts, a 30-second vertical optimized for Instagram Reels, and a 15-second slice perfect for quick TikTok trends, all complete with accurate subtitles baked in. Now, let's talk about the auto-editing viral clips mode, which is a feature I am honestly low-key obsessed with because of how much time it saves. You simply feed it the long video, tell it precisely how many clips you are hoping to extract, and Vizard returns a handful of highly focused, professionally trimmed, and captioned shareable moments. Crucially, this extraction is never random. The AI actively searches for moments containing significant emotional spikes, powerfully stated opinions, quick, relevant jokes, and key teachable insights. This specific automation alone has saved me countless hours that I used to spend manually hunting, for the absolute diamond takes hidden inside an hour-long recorded stream. Moving beyond creation, the scheduling functionality is the part that truly makes Vizard feel less like a tool and more like an indispensable member of your content team. You define your desired posting cadence, perhaps 3 distinct posts every single week, and the intelligent auto-schedule engine handles queuing those clips across all your connected social platforms based on known peak audience times. Vizard is smart enough to prevent you from posting 3 nearly identical clips back-to-back by thoughtfully sequencing different formats and caption styles to maintain audience freshness. Compare that comprehensive service to other products that simply export files and stop dead in their tracks. Vizard actively manages the entire content pipeline from initial finding all the way through to the final post. For busy individual creators or small lean marketing teams struggling to keep up, this end-to-end automation capability alone justifies making the switch to this platform immediately. And oh my goodness, the content calendar view is an absolute chef's kiss, giving you a beautiful visual overview of everything scheduled for the coming weeks. Within this calendar, you can easily drag and drop items to reschedule them, add in new draft content, fine-tune any captions, and officially approve posts for publication all in one central hub. The key benefit here is that everything publishes directly from the platform itself, meaning you completely eliminate the need to juggle separate publishing apps or manage manual spreadsheet lists. If you have ever tried managing separate tools for editing, captioning, scheduling, and then the final publishing step, you already know how incredibly painful that fragmented process can be. Vizard's genius lies in unifying all those traditionally siloed steps into one incredibly smooth, cohesive operational flow. But I know some of you are wondering about the powerful transcript-based editing features. And yes, Vizard absolutely incorporates those essential controls you expect. You can certainly edit the transcript text to correct minor errors, and Vizard intelligently updates all the corresponding video timestamps to perfectly match your revisions in real time. Need a quick overview or perhaps some creative headline ideas for your video? Just hit the built-in AI summary generator, and it will immediately spit out a tightly written description and several headline options that you are free to steal or edit to your liking. That feature is clutch when you are trying to write efficient, SEO-friendly YouTube descriptions or simply come up with catchy titles without staring blankly at a blinking cursor for 20 minutes. Another fantastic touchpoint is the ability to batch export a series of social clips from a single long episode, packaging them all with those animated subtitles and various aspect ratios simultaneously. On top of that, the tool can automatically generate suggested hashtags and even draft preliminary captions for you, reducing another manual task from your plate. When comparing again, tools like Descript excel at deep transcript editing and complex audio workflows, which are definitely solid for certain creators. However, if your primary business goal is consistently pushing out bite-sized, high-impact content across every major platform with the absolute minimum manual effort, Vizard's distribution focus is unmatched in speed. Let me quickly walk you through a real-world example of this workflow in action using a recent 45-minute interview I conducted. Upon uploading that interview, Vizard instantly provided 3 clear processing paths: create clips, generate a highlight reel, or simply draft social content summaries. I chose the Create Clips path and specifically requested that the system output exactly 5 distinct, high-quality pieces of content for me to review. Within just a few minutes, I was presented with 5 separate vertical clips, each perfectly trimmed between 20 and 60 seconds, complete with polished subtitles and a suggested caption ready for use. I spent perhaps 30 seconds tweaking one of the captions to add a specific call to action, then scheduled them all to go live at staggered times later this week, using the auto-schedule feature. And just like that, the entire intensive content packaging process was finished without ever touching a manual timeline, burning subtitles, or manually exporting 3 different aspect ratios. There are several other incredibly useful features that compound the value, such as auto-generated chapters, which neatly segment your long videos for better YouTube discovery. You can also quickly translate your content to draft foreign language clips, or use the highlight reel function to condense an entire episode down to its single best minute of content. For larger operations, the collaborative workflow, which includes threaded comments and a comprehensive version history, makes handing off content for approval smooth and error-free. Now, to be completely transparent, if your creative vision demands fine-grained frame-by-frame editing, intense color grading, or complex visual effects, you will still need to rely on Premiere or DaVinci Resolve for that final artistic polish. Similarly, if your main job is deep audio engineering or advanced multi-track sound design, tools like Descript offer more specialized power in those specific acoustic domains. Vizard's undisputed strength, however, is unequivocally focused on distribution efficiency and the sheer automation required to turn mountains of long-form content into a predictable social media stream. For any creator whose success hinges on posting frequently and maintaining an organized, consistent content pipeline, Vizard's speed and level of automation simply cannot be beaten right now. Furthermore, that scheduling intelligence actively prevents you from boring your audience by spacing out similar content types so your feed always appears engaging and diverse. Ultimately, this entire technological leap is designed to give you back your time so you can focus on the fun part, making great content and genuinely connecting with your community. The relentless technical grunt work, the trimming, the cropping, the subtitle creation, the aspect ratio permutations, that is the primary drain on a creator's energy, and Vizard automates the vast majority of it. The system provides extremely smart defaults and helpful suggestions, but you always retain the final ability to dive in and manually edit any single aspect of the generated clips if if you feel it needs a human touch. So if you are still stuck manually scrubbing waveforms and relentlessly hunting for the perfect sound bites in your recordings, I seriously urge you to stop what you are doing right now. You need to try a workflow where the AI intelligently finds the creative gold, packages it perfectly for every platform, and then actually posts it out there for you automatically. Vizard doesn't replace your creative judgment in any way, but it absolutely eradicates the tedious, time-wasting mechanical labor so you can naturally produce substantially more high-quality output. Trust me when I say that once you get just a couple of episodes flowing smoothly through this powerful automated pipeline, you will never, ever want to go back to the old way of doing things again.